What if I told you there was once a map so strange, so powerful that people didn't just lose it? They tried to hide it forever? Not misplaced. Not forgotten. Hidden on purpose. No school books talk about it. No official history explains it. Just tiny clues scattered across time and one huge mystery. What was on that map that made people so afraid? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you might start looking at history in a completely different way. Let's start with something simple. A map is just a drawing of places, right? Countries, oceans, mountains. But what if a map showed places that shouldn't exist? That's where the idea of the forbidden map comes in. Some people believe that long ago, there were hidden maps in history that showed lands we don't see today. And here's the weird part. These weren't messy drawings. They were accurate. Super accurate. They showed coastlines, shapes of land, and even parts of the world that people weren't supposed to know about yet. Now think about that for a second. How could someone draw something they had never seen? That's the mystery. Let's go back more than 500 years. There was a map made by a man named Piri Reis. It's one of the most famous examples of ancient maps unexplained. At first, it looks normal. But when experts studied it closely, they noticed something shocking. It showed part of Antarctica, but not how we know it today. It showed it without ice. Now here's why that's crazy. Antarctica is covered in thick ice, so thick that we can't even see the land under it easily. And it wasn't officially discovered until hundreds of years after that map was made. So how did Piri Reis draw it? Did he travel there? No. He actually wrote that he copied parts of his map from older maps. Older maps that we don't even have anymore. And that's where things start to feel strange. Because if older maps existed, where are they now? And what else did they show? Now here's where things get really interesting. Some people believe there were entire lands, maybe even civilizations that existed long ago but were removed from maps. Not destroyed by war. Not sunk into the ocean. Just erased. Like someone took an eraser and wiped them away. Imagine opening your phone and checking a map app. And suddenly, a whole country is missing. No name. No borders. Nothing. That would feel impossible, right? But that's exactly what some researchers think happened in the past. And this leads to a big idea called deleted history theories. It sounds complicated, but it's actually simple. What if parts of history weren't lost by accident? What if someone chose to remove them? Think of it like editing a video. If you film a long video and then cut out parts of it, the final version still looks complete. But something important is missing. That's how history might work too. What we see today could just be the edited version. Now you might be wondering, why would anyone hide something like a map? That's a really good question. And there are a few possible answers. Maybe the map showed a lost civilization, people who were smarter or more advanced than we think. Maybe it showed lands that powerful kings or empires didn't want others to know about. Or maybe it showed something that changed the whole story of human history. And if that's true, hiding the map would make sense. Because if people found out, everything we believe might change. Now this next part might surprise you. Even today, there are places on Earth that you can't fully see on maps. Some areas are blurred. Some locations are blocked. If you try to zoom in, you just can't. Why? Some say it's for safety reasons, like military bases or secret zones. But others believe it could be something more mysterious. Because if places can be hidden today, then hiding places in the past doesn't sound so impossible anymore. And here's something really cool. Even if the original forbidden map is gone, pieces of it might still exist. In old books, in ancient carvings, in forgotten libraries, like a giant puzzle broken into hundreds of tiny pieces. Each piece by itself doesn't tell much. But when you start putting them together, a bigger picture appears. And that picture might not match what we've been taught. Now imagine this. What if someone finds the complete map one day? What if all the missing pieces come together? That could change everything. It could show lost lands we've never heard of. It could reveal civilizations that history forgot. It could even prove that humans knew more about the world than we think. Or it could show that our version of history is incomplete. And that's what makes this mystery so exciting. Because it's not just about a map. It's about truth. It's about what we know. And what we don't know. But here's the biggest question of all. Let's say the forbidden map was real. Let's say it existed. Then someone somewhere made a choice. A choice to hide it. A choice to remove it from history. So the real mystery isn't just about the map. It's about the people who didn't want us to see it. Who were they? What did they know? And why did they think we shouldn't know it too? Once you start thinking about that, you realize something important. History isn't just about the past. It's also about what we're allowed to see. And what we're not. So maybe the forbidden map isn't just a story. Maybe it's a clue. A clue that there's more to our world than we've been told. And maybe one day, someone will find it again. If this made you curious about hidden maps in history and forbidden history secrets, then you're going to love the next video where we explore mysterious lost civilizations that might have been erased completely. If your mind is spinning right now, hit like. If you love mysteries like this, subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.